Welcome back to Actuary, dude. Alright, we've got another question here and it's going to get really interesting. This is a very technical question. What is the present value of an annuity of £160 per annum, payable quarterly in arrears for 4 years at a rate of interest of 12% per annum, convertible half yearly? Yeah, so it's all pretty simple up till about this point. And then it says at a rate of interest of 12% per annum, which is even then still, alright. And then it says convertible half yearly, which kind of screws things up a bit, but we know how to get around it because we know all of the lessons from nominal and effective interest rates. So let's just start that we know that an annuity equals 1 minus v to the n over I. So our real problem here is finding out what I is for both inside the discount factor v and in I itself. So it's actually going to be considered a payable quarterly, but I don't really like to look at it that way. I've got my own way of looking at it and it's really simple for me, and if you don't like it, well, then I'm sure you'll be able to find another way, but this is the way that I go about solving this problem. So we know that I, when it's convertible half yearly, is 12%. Okay, so that means every 6 months we're actually going to be getting an effective rate of 6%, but that's every 6 months, so that's per half year. Okay, and so what we've got to do to find out the effective annual rate, because when we're doing this we're only calculating we're using an effective rate, whether annual or quarterly or whatever we choose to do, we need to find the effective rate. So it is 1 plus the interest rate compounded the amount of times that's going to put us into a full year. So it's half yearly, so we'll do it twice, minus the 1 because we don't want a 1 in front, and it'll give us our annual effective interest rate. It's going to be something per annum. So I'll go to Excel to do that. Okay, so over here we have equals 1.06 squared is that answer, and then if we just minus 1 from it, it's 12.36%. Okay, so 12.36%. That's all well and good, but I think the way that I want to do it is, if we're dealing in quarters, I want to find out the quarterly effective rate. So I know that 1 plus some quarterly rate, and this is the one that I want to put in our formula for the annuity over here, compounded 4 times, minus 1, should give us that same rate, 12.36%. So to find that one out, we're going to minus 1, put it to the power of a quarter. Sorry, we're going to plus 1, put it to the power of a quarter, then minus 1 again, and that'll give us our effective quarterly rate. So we'll go back to Excel. We're going to say, so we're using this number here. We're going to add 1 to it, even though we've done it before. I'll just do it again. Equals that number plus 1. Then we're going to say that number to the power of a quarter, and then we're going to take that number and we're going to minus the 1. So it's looking to be 2.956301%. So I'll write that down. I'll write it down as a decimal. Makes me a bit inconsistent, but I'm still going to get the right answer. So I've got that. And this is the rate that I want to be using in my annuity formula over here, which means we're all ready to go. But we've got to keep in mind that this is per quarter, okay? And this formula is kind of looking at a per annum. So with n, it's actually per payment period. And in 4 years over here, there's actually going to be 4 payment periods in each of those 4 years. So it's actually going to be 16 payment periods, which means n is going to be 16, and that's why we're going to write it there. So let's solve this. Let's just write it out nicely. So it's going to be 1 over 1.029 whatever, all to the power of 16 divided by 0.029 whatever, and that'll give us our answer. And it's in pounds. Actually, sorry, that won't give us the full answer. That's going to give us the present value of an annuity valued at $1, Okay, we're going to have to then multiply it by our payment amount. So let's find out what the present value is. PV equals, and sorry, not a dollar, £1. Okay, so let's find out what V equals. So V is 1 divided by 1 plus our quarterly effective rate. That's our discount factor for the annuity. And then all we have to do is say equals 1 minus our discount factor to the power of 16 periods, 4 quarters in 4 years. And then we're dividing that by the interest rate over here. And so that gives us a present value of £12.6 per dollar. 12.6 or so pounds for every for every dollar that we want to be making payable. But so we're going to be doing £160 a year, but in this case, because we're paying quarterly and we've got 16 periods, it won't be £160. It'll be 160 divided by 4, which we all know is £40. So it will be 40 times 12.6, because it's for every dollar payable quarterly. And that will give us a fantastic answer back in Excel, equals that times 40, £504 and 13. 504.13. That's the answer to the question. And there you go. Let's see if you can figure that one out yourself.